All right, this video is going to be going over problem 7 from the worksheet from week 1, which was also moved to your discussion 2 worksheet. So to simplify the following and eliminate any negative exponents is what we have to do. So I have the exponent rules to the side here, and I'm going to start by looking at this portion. So I'll write it out again. And before applying this -3 exponent, I'm going to simplify what's in the parentheses. So first I'll look at my x values. I have x to the -1 over x to the -3. And this is going to be the quotient rule since I'm doing division. So to write it how they have it, it would be like this. So I'm going to be subtracting these exponents. And be careful because when you're subtracting a negative, that becomes addition. So this will be -1 plus 3, which will be x squared. Okay, and then I can do the same thing for the y values. And what you have to look for here is that if there's no exponent, then there's like kind of an invisible 1 exponent. So this is going to be y to the first divided by y to the -2. So I'm going to subtract those exponents. Again, I have to be careful about subtracting a negative. All right, and that was using the quotient rule. Okay, next thing I'm going to look at, well, actually, I'll rewrite this. So I have 2 times x squared, and then times y to the third, all to the -3rd power. So what I'll do here is use the power of a product rule. So I know that if I have all of these terms to the -3rd power, I can rewrite them individually and multiply them. So then I'll evaluate each one separately and then multiply them all. So 2 to the -3rd. So first I'll apply the negative exponent rule. Um, like this. Okay. And 1 over 2 to the third is going to be 1 over 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then times 2 again is going to be 8. Okay, and then for these, I'm going to use the I'm going to use this rule, power rule. So I can do 1 over x squared to the third is going to be 2 times 3. So x 2 times 3 is going to be x to the 6th. And then here I'm going to have 1 over y to the 3 times 3, which is going to be 1 over y to the 9. Okay, so we first divided it up using power of a product rule. And then we use the negative exponent rule to simplify what we have, get rid of that negative exponent. And then I use the power of power rule here to apply those exponents. Okay, so now what I have simplified for this portion is 1 over 8x to the 6th, y to the 9th. So now I can do my multiplication. So I'm going to have x squared z to the 4th over 2y to the 5th multiplied by 1 over 8x to the 6th, y to the 9th. So the numerator is just x squared z to the 4th times 1. So it just stays like that. And then in my denominator, I'm going to have 2y to the 5th times 8x to the 6th, y to the 9th. So the 2 times 8 I can simplify right away to have 16 y to the 5th, x to the 6th, y to the 9th. Okay, then I can start combining terms in the denominator. So the y to the 5th, y to the 9th, I can use the product rule. So y to the 5th times y to the 9th becomes y to the 5 plus 9, which is y to the 14th, is what this is going to become using the product rule. So I can rewrite this as x squared z to the 4th over 16 x to the 6th, y to the 14th. And now since I have two x terms, one in the numerator, one in the denominator, I can apply the quotient rule. So I have x squared over x to the 6th. So I'm dividing the two. So that means I'm going to subtract the exponents. So this becomes, since it's negative, we're going to put it in the denominator. So z to the 4th over 16 x to the 4th, y to the 14th. And so yeah, since it was a negative exponent, I can remove that negative exponent if I just put it in the denominator. And so then this is our final answer. Do like green box. There we go. And there are all the rules that we used.